fight that I'm excited about is the Chandler and Gaethje fight. That's going to be a barn burner. We were talking about. I thought that was going to be Chandler's first fight in UFC was going to be that fight because that's just one of those fights that it just has knockout written all over it.
Oh yeah, someone's going down.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, is on the feet, Gaethje wins this fight. On the ground, Chandler wins this fight.
You're right.
But as the fight goes on, it's only a 3-round fight. Chandler is a stud for 3 rounds. He starts getting that 4th and 5th round, he tends to slow down. This is going to be one of those fights where if Justin can catch him, he can get him out of there. If Justin uses his kicks, he can potentially get him out of there too because Chandler's real light on that lead foot. And he bounces around a lot on it. He needs that movement to stay out of the range to get knocked out. So if Gaethje starts using his leg kicks, which everyone has told me is they're just nasty and they're hard and he's fast with them. He covers really well when he throws them as well.
Fast with them.
But I don't think that he has the wrestling to stop Michael Chandler. If Michael Chandler gets on top of him, Justin Gaethje's going to have a hard time. And Chandler's good on the neck. He's nasty on the neck. Just his arm and guillotine's great, but his normal guillotine's great. He's just, when he gets around people's necks, he tries to rip your head off. So that's going to be a great fight. I mean, that fight right there, I thought that fight should have headlined its own card.
But where it's at, it's just fine with me. I'm okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Again,
that's fine.
Great matchups. And if you're looking at what is a barn burner fight, that one looks like.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Gaethje with his stand-up. Chandler's stand-up is good, but like you say, I agree. I think he needs to use his wrestling and get Gaethje off of his. You got to take. If you're looking at Gaethje, why are you going to allow him to have a full, set of tools to work in the stand-up when on the ground he's a completely different fighter? And I'm not saying that based even on the Khabib fight. Go back to when he fought, Buscape.
Luis Firmino.
Yeah, Firmino, when he fought Buscape in World Series of Fighting. Buscape took him off his feet. He was having problems. And Chandler on top, he's a monster on top. So, if you're part of Stanford MMA, you're looking at that saying, this is our game plan.
Yeah, you should be. Especially with all the guys that wrestle out of there.
I know. Logan Storley and all them.
Storley, Usman, like all these guys that are there. So good stuff.
Don't put Usman there anymore.
He's still there though. He comes through every once in a while.
But
he's in and out.
Okay, who's going to be in his corner for this Colby Covington fight?
Yeah, it'd be Trevor Urban, right? Yep. So this fight, what do you think he does? Usman versus Colby. I think he just stands, sprawls and brawls, and tries to knock him out again.
Yep.
I just don't want him to fall in love with his power. Because he's got the power, he's got the straight jab, he's got all these things. Colby's going to be in trouble. This fight's not going to be any different. Colby's going to. I think Colby's going to try to. He's going to try to mix it up. He's going to try to wrestle him more, which I think is the smartest thing.
I think it's very smart.
Because Usman will slow down on the stand up if he has to wrestle more. If you get him to wrestle early, it'll change the way that Usman fights this fight. He won't be the same on the feet if you make him wrestle early. If you make him, blow up the arms, the legs, all those things. But I said the last time, before he fought or after he fought George Masvidal, I'm done doubting Kamaru Usman. I'm done. I'm taking Usman to win. I'm taking Usman to win by however the fuck he wants. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Usman's gonna win this fight. Yeah, I don't want to say anything else. That's it. Usman's gonna win.
Well, we talked about a card that's not going to take place until November. So
Jeez.
I think we're done with that one, but it's going to be a great card.
It's going to be a great card.
Rose Namajunas immediately giving, I don't know if she's giving, but Weili Zhang gets an immediate rematch. Do you think that's right?
Do I think it's right?
Yeah.
Is that absolutely not.
Do you think there should be a rematch with a fighter that got knocked out in the first round?
Okay, so this is the only time I think, and we were talking about this off air before we came on. The only time I think they should give rematches like this to someone who got knocked out or you got submitted or you got worked or whatever it was, I think you give the automatic rematch to guys like Jose Aldo, guys like a John Jones, guys like a GSP, someone who's been the champion for so long that they just had an off night maybe. Maybe they came in with injuries, maybe whatever it was. You give it to them because they've earned it. With all due respect, they've earned, the amount of title defenses. They earned that automatic rematch. In this situation, what was she champion for? 1 or 2 fights?
Yeah, one fight. She beat Joanna.
She got knocked out. It was like a head kick, finished, done.
First
Like,
round.
I don't understand. The only reason why I can see this being a play is the UFC is trying to make sure that they stay in the Chinese market. I'm just being honest. I mean, let's be real. It's that's a
good reason.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love watching Weili Zhang fight. She's tough. She's very tough. She's good. She's a pit bull. She comes. I mean, her fight with Joanna is probably one of the best fights I think I've ever seen in my life.
It was a great fight.
It was a phenomenal fight.
But that's one defense.
Yep, exactly.
And then
Rose is ready to get this thing.
I look at it this way: it's like exactly what you're saying. If you're that long-standing champion and you lose, you're Anderson Silva and you lose your title, okay, I'll give you an immediate because maybe it was bad, bad biorhythms or whatever, bad night for you. Let's give them an automatic rematch. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. Or if you have a fight that is super competitive, like the Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Weili Zhang, super close. If she had lost that, I see giving her an immediate rematch because it was such a good fight, so close. Okay, don't see it off of you got knocked out in the first round. I mean, It wasn't even close. You didn't touch Rose in that fight, and so to me, it's like, hey, let her go back. Let her get a couple wins and then let her come back and take on Rose. But, whatever the reason, they have their reasons and stuff. I just don't think this is the one that I go, yeah, that automatic rematch makes sense. It doesn't, not in my opinion.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen the Weili Zhang and Joanna rematch to see who got to fight Rose next. Can you pull up the brackets, the weight classes? Dave?
That's a rough one when you think that Joanna's already fought Rose twice. Lost her twice.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I mean, I just want to see that Weili Zhang and Joanna fight again. I'm being selfish. I'm being selfish right now.
Yeah.
So Carla Esparza's in there as well. You could have had Weili Zhang fight Carla Esparza, and then I don't know, somewhere in the mix here. Mackenzie Dern's making a run, man.
Oh, stand by, it's coming.
She's going to be a problem for a lot of these girls.
It's gonna be a problem
for a lot of them. Like girls like Carla Esparza are going to have a hard time with Mackenzie Dern.
Well, Mackenzie's got a fight coming up. Isn't she headlining a show coming up?
I think she is.
Yeah.
Who is she fighting? She's grown on me. I didn't really like her in the beginning when she first came in. Not that I didn't like her. What I was saying, like, she never made weight.
Marina Rodriguez. That's a good fight.
Yeah, that should be good.
But you're talking stone cold stand-up fighter in Marina Rodriguez against Mackenzie, who can now. Jason Perillo's done a great job with Dern, getting her stand-up, moving up, getting her to where she's at least able to stay on her feet for a while. If the fight hits the ground, there's nobody that can stay with Mackenzie in that weight class. Nobody.
Nope. I think even in some of the other weight classes, there's no one that could be on the ground with her. She's good. Let's go to mybookie.ag, scan the QR code, collect your bonus here with this little QR code right there.